Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to show you my workflow for Ebsynth rotoscoping and animation that costs nothing. It's free, at least until Ebsynth decides to take their program out of beta and charge for it. Right now it's currently in beta and it's an awesome program, and it just makes really awesome looking animations. You can see here, this is some examples. So you're going to need three programs. We're going to use Ebsynth, of course, and we're going to need Autodesk Sketchbook, which you can get at the link below. And we're also going to need Davinci Resolve. So to begin, just get these all downloaded. You can sign up for the newsletter or email updates for Ebsynth, and that I really recommend that because this program is really awesome. And if there's any updates, you want to know about it. So once you get those installed, you're going to hop on over to Davinci first. So open that up. We're just going to jump into the editor here. So hit Edit, and then we're going to grab our media. So I'm just going to open this up and use this, drag and drop right into our media pool up here. It'll probably pop up with this frame rate question. You always want to change that to match the frame rate of the video that you're starting with. So this is something I filmed a couple days ago. It's not the greatest thing, but it was something I was going to use to test out. What you're going to do, you're going to drag and drop your media into the timeline here. And you can just, as long as you're selecting the media here, hit Fusion down at the bottom. And there's going to be a media in and media out. And you're going to select media in and hit Shift and Space. And we're going to open up our tool search. Obviously that one was already open and pre-filled out. So we're going to open up our saver, click Add, and we're going to click on our saver, and we're going to select our file location for where our PNG files are going to go. I already have my folder selected for what I'm going to call this, and we're going to change the file name here. I just titled it as bard.png. It's important to title it with .png at the end because that'll decide the file type this actually exports in. I'm going to hit save there, and that's not actually going to save anything yet. What we're going to do is we're going to hit Fusion up here, and I'm going to hit render all savers. And it's going to take a few minutes to get through that. It might be roughly 20 minutes. My computer is decently spec'd out. I've got, I think, 16 gigs of RAM, a 2070 Super installed. I'm not sure what matters here as far as speed, but your export times might vary depending on what your computer setup is. Now I've actually already done this once before, so I'm going to go ahead and skip this. So we got Ballard, Walken, Sovar, PNG frames. So you're going to end up with something like this. What you're going to do now is you're going to pick out a frame that you'd like to draw in on top of in your preferred drawing program. Like I said, Sketchbook is free, so I've downloaded that and I've got that opened on my tablet here. Now with Ebsynth, you want to have keyframes that kind of represent more of the animation. So if you have something like where your hands are like up and moving, you want to have it so you have a keyframe where your hand is visible with all 5 fingers out or something like that, or like whatever the maximum amount of motion and detail there is. You want to match that. And like say if like somebody talking, you want to have like an open mouth as your keyframe, especially seeing the teeth or something like that. You basically like save yourself some keyframes that you're gonna have to draw, because otherwise if you do a keyframe with the mouth closed, you're going to end up having to draw one with the mouth open at some point. And while that might make the animation smoother later on, it's just going to be a time sink if you're like just experimenting. You're going to load everything into Ebsynth. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Ebsynth install here. And you're going to end up with this little menu that pops up. You basically are going to load in your PNG files that from your raw footage here. Okay, so what you'll do is when you have Ebsynth open here, you're gonna select all of your files. So click Control A, and that'll select everything in Windows. And you're gonna drag it all over here to where it says, where it has the video file names. All right, so I'm gonna pick a keyframe real quick here, and we're gonna load that into Sketchbook, which I have open here. So I'm gonna grab this frame just to get one at random, drag and drop. Node. Okay. We have this now. In Sketchbook, you just use your menu here, you click, you can make a new layer over top, and you can just start kind of drawing over top of this. Okay, and that's our final image. We're going to save that as a PNG. Save as .png, and it's got the wrong file name, so we're going to go back and find Bard0052. So I'm going to name this the exact same way. Hopefully, we're going to get the transparent background and just the character kind of animated in this. We're going to see how much this program can figure out from minimal input. I mean, this is like literally the sketchiest of sketches. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select my keyframe, Bard52. It'll figure out where that is, and then we're going to select our output. Go ahead and select that, and we're going to put that into here. We'll make a new folder because we don't want to throw a bunch of files into this root folder here. Alright, we're going to select our folder, and now we're just going to hit Run All, and give that a few minutes. You can actually see its progress if you go over to your folders here, and right here. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys how to pull this into Davinci Resolve and have it synced up with your original video. It's not that hard. You're basically just going to drag and drop it right over top of the first layer in the timeline for video, and I'm going to show you how to link it to the audio so we don't need to keep the original footage at all. Now, this footage that it was generated by Ebsynth is going to be pretty much hot garbage because I only did one keyframe and it wasn't the best selection. But it's going to be interesting to see how it decided to interpolate everything essentially. We're going to drag our PNG files in again into Davinci, right into our media pool here. I'm going to drag and drop that onto our timeline, and you're going to see that video 2 layer pop up. And since this is from frame 1 to 182, we're just going to put it right towards the beginning here. And I'm going to cut down this video clip here just so we can do the edit real quick. And we're going to combine the edited footage with the audio, and we're going to remove the original footage. That way we don't have to keep that there. I mean, you can choose to keep that there and just click this little TV icon there, and it'll make this invisible, and then you can work around that. But I find that if I'm going to use like rotoscoping and put in a background behind this, it's easier to just delete this, and then you'll be able to freely move this around without kind of bumping into your file here. Okay. And we'll hit backspace to remove that other end of the clip. We're going to re-enable the video visibility here, and we're going to hit link clips. That'll unlink it, and then we're going to select the actual video here, hit delete. I'm going to hit this, drag it down, and then we're going to select both, and we're going to link the clips. And now when you move this around, it follows the audio with the video. So if you have something that actually is going to have like a face and you're talking, you're going to keep that synchronized, and it's going to look hopefully smooth if you put more effort into the drawing than I did. Okay, and so I'll just do a quick export, and I'll show you guys how to export your videos as well if you've never used Davinci Resolve. You can, of course, look up other tutorials, but just if you have an animation you want to have the final video sent out and uploaded to YouTube, you can just go to Deliver here. And you can actually, there's a preset for YouTube 1080p. You can tweak some settings if you want to. You don't have to. I'm going to hit the file name, right? This is test footage. Render that out into the same folder I had everything else in, and hit save there. And it's all kind of set up here. And hit add to render queue. And this little button here, you're going to hit start render. And that shouldn't take too long for such a short clip here. Alright, and that's finished video. We're going to click this, and here's our, there it is, our test footage. It's not bad. I definitely should have done some more keyframes and picked some better representative pieces, like if I had picked something closer to when I'm sideways here, and that way I wouldn't have lost half my face. But you know, you got to experiment with this. This is a very unique program, Ebsynth, so you'll figure out what works best for you, and hopefully this helped you guys just get like a feel for Ebsynth and Davinci Resolve and Sketchbook, and you can make some awesome animations, and I'd love to see them. If you link them in the comments below, I'd love to see that. Alright, thanks guys. Talk to you later.